Hi guys, my name is Zin and this is Maybe Bonsai. This week, actually yesterday, I went to Tropical Expressions, which is a bonsai store in Hamilton, Ontario, with Nigel and Jay from Blue Jay Bonsai. Nigel obviously from the Bonsai Zone. And I picked up this Fukien Tea. I also picked up the Brazilian rain tree, which I'll show you later on. But this I picked out because I don't have one of these, and I saw Bonsai Jay actually had a Fukien Tea, and I liked it. And I thought I gave it for myself. This variety is a dwarf, or not dwarf, but like it's a mini leaf Fukien Tea. And as you can see, the leaves are quite small on it. And I'm going to do an initial pruning. So we'll get a closer look at the tree first, because I kind of picked this out from a numerous amount of trees that they had. So we'll look at that first. So this tree is a single trunk tree, and you start down here, which is nice. And as a beginner, I was looking for trees that I don't have to do too much to. So something that already has a decent shape with decent movement on the trunk. So that's why I picked this one. It's already got a tree form, and whether you want to keep how tall this is now, or you want to cut it off here, you can make a broom style. And I thought this branch structure was okay. It had a lot of branches everywhere. Plus it had movement in the trunk going up, curling all the way up. Even though there's a lack of taper, but that's okay. I mean, these guys, this is just one trunk that was never cut. And I believe they wired this, and that's how this curve was created. Initially, I thought I could cut off somewhere around this area and keep this a small tree. But on a second look, I thought this maybe I can keep the top and kind of just go with the form they had and maybe make something of it. What I'm thinking is that this could be the top, which is the apex, and then I'll form my conical triangle with this, and then this branch here will come out a bit more, so we'll get more foliage, and we'll get that triangle eventually. But I'm kind of torn on what to do, because when I got this tree initially, I wanted to make it short. I wanted to make it smaller so that it's not so big. But yeah, I saw something and I thought maybe I don't have to do that. So I think first I'll start with some pruning that I know I'm going to take off. There's some branches that are going inside the tree. There's lots of stubs around the tree that I could prune off. So I'll do that first and then see what we're left with. So first of all, I'm going to start with this branch on the inside. There's this branch here coming from that branch, and it's growing straight into the tree. You probably can't see it, but it's right here. This one here. So I'm going to get rid of that first. There's a dead stump here, or a branch right there. So there's no point keeping that. I will remove that first. See if I clean this up a bit. So here on the underside of the tree, there's a dead stump. I guess it was a pruning they did before and it never came to fruition. So I'll take that off. I'll try to take this back a bit more. So the reason why I want to keep the top is because I don't have trees that are really tall, especially not tropicals. And I guess it's a challenge for me to build a taller tree, as I'm just starting. I'm only a year into bonsai, and I don't know if I can make something out of it. But looking at the top and looking at where the branches are, I guess they wired it so there's a branch right at the elbow, which is great, and they got this little apex currently, which is has some branching on top, and I thought it would be a shame to kind of get rid of it and to make this tree a smaller tree. So I think I'm going to challenge myself by trying to keep the shape, and I'll try to develop the two sides so that it looks more like a triangle, and then hopefully we'll get that nice apex at some point. So there's some dead branches up top. I'll take that off first. It's hard to get in there. So if I'm keeping the top, so what I really want is kind of this to just come down a little bit. This I think is fine at a good position, and the top will be my apex. And I need to pick out a front for the tree. So currently the curve of the trunk, it's going up like this, curving up. It's kind of a one-dimensional. It doesn't shift. It's a straight line going this way, like that. And maybe it's leaning towards this side a little bit, and it's just slightly. So I think if I'm going to make a front, either this view here, where you can see the trunk line quite well. I'll probably have to take some of these off. This branch might be too low, so I might get rid of that. And then I'll try to wire this down a bit. What I read is that the Fukien Tea's branches, once it hardens, is quite brittle, so it might not be good to wire without some kind of a wrapping. I don't have any wrappings, but I think just by doing this, it feels okay. So I can at least do that. So maybe I'll try to wire it and see what happens. I think it will be okay, maybe. I could also leave this, and I could cut off the end here and let it develop. I could cut off right there, and I could develop this branch coming out, which is a flat branch right now. And then you have the back branch here, which is also more flatter. So maybe I'll do that instead. Actually, I think that's a better idea. And then here we'll have to do something. Yeah. Okay, so I'll start by taking out this branch on the bottom, and we'll say this is the front of our tree. So that, I could bring it up, but yeah, I'm not sure if I need that branch, because I could bring this up a bit and it would appear the same. And then there's this branch over here that's coming into the front. I could push that over to the other side. But again, I think that'll be my top. So I think I can try that and bring this over and see how that looks. So yeah, I'm going to remove this one at the bottom. And then I will go with the side branch, the two side branches. So I'll take the tip off this area. and we'll let these develop. This one I'll have to kind of wire over so that once it goes over, it's, you know, it'll kind of extend that right side, my right, to make the whole tree look triangular. There's a weird curve on this branch here. This one goes up here, and then it kind of curls. It spirals like almost like a U-turn, 180, comes back into the tree. I'm not sure if they wire that to be like that or what, but it fills the space, but it's really weird looking. I don't know what happened there. If I don't have this, it makes the tree look a bit empty. But at the same time, I don't like how they did that. So I think I'm going to take it off, and I'll just wait for the tree to grow. To fill that space eventually. And we'll clean this up. Yeah, so the front, there's this branch coming straight at us. It's quite straight. It's probably the straightest branch of the entire tree. And it's kind of going downwards. I'm not sure what I should do with that. I don't like how straight it is. It's quite hard already. But if I take that off, it leaves the top of the tree with a really small area. So let me take this straight section off first, and we'll see how it looks. Yeah, I don't think I like that, but at the same time, I think if I take it off, it's too bare. What to do with this? Okay, so there's a pruning scar back here. What I'll do is I'll take it back a little bit. I want to take this, try to change this tree section. So I'm going to take it off there. And hopefully something can come out of this. And if it doesn't, I'll just prune the whole thing off. It's okay. I don't mind. The top here, there's a kind of a dead branch at the top. I'll get rid of that. There's a pruning stub here. Even this side can be the front. Actually, the front and the back is quite similar. They both have branches going the other side to make it look 3D. So, okay. There's another branch of the same kind of thing that kind of curls in. I'm going to get rid of the curl. Bring that over. This bottom branch here, I don't need. So I'm going to get rid of that. Another pruning stub from before. The apex, I think what we have here currently is okay. Pruning stub. So that is our front. Ideally, I want this to kind of build up a bit more. Right now it's kind of flat. It's not so triangular, so hopefully something grows at the top. I can kind of make it more or less of a small triangle at the top. Yeah. This branch here, it's like on a, I don't know, less than 90-degree angle going back into the tree again. I'm not sure if these are natural formed branches, but it's kind of just strange. All right, there he goes. So yeah, the woods are pretty brittle, as I just snapped it really easily. There's another branch that's kind of going down from the apex. Yeah, I don't think I can wire that up. I'm going to get rid of that. This branch here, it's coming out right there, and it's quite close to the other branches. I'm not sure if I can take that out or not. I don't really like the placement because I want to bring this just slightly down, and then I don't know what to do with this. It does fill a space up there. But I don't like the placement of it. But I don't know if I should take it off or not. Let me take this stub off. You know what? I'm going to remove it. Yeah, I'm going to remove it. Because I have the back branch here that kind of fills the space, and I think that's just it's kind of a strange position for a branch. You got two kind of bar branches coming out. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of it. Hopefully it works out. There it goes. So yeah, I don't know. I like that better. It opens up the space a bit. Yeah, you know what? I'm glad I got rid of it. Maybe I could bring that up if I wanted to fill that space. Yes, okay. Try to clean this up a bit. Dead wood. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop the pruning at this point. I'm going to try and wire this and see how that goes, and maybe I'll take some stuff off more when I'm wiring the tree. I'll try to do a light wire. I just want to position the branches towards the general direction and not really, really twist the tree or anything like that. These are quite brittle. Okay. Okay, so I got quite thick aluminum wires to bring this branch slightly down. Okay, so let's see how this works. Wiring, as you know, is my favorite thing to do. So I'll try to anchor that, wrap around the trunk. This wire is quite tough to wrap. Okay, so the wire is on there, and I just wanted to bring it down a little bit. I don't want to overdo it. So I think that's low enough. And maybe if I can see if I can hold this. Oh, I just broke something. There, I just wanted to push the tip down. This is not really on there, it's simply over top, and I'm just pressing it down, that's all I'm doing. So, the next thing I want to do, I want to bring this over so that it's going with the rest of this branch. So when we look at it, we get something like this view here. Something like that. Okay, so I managed to get the wire on. Now, I want to push this forward. Okay. Yep. So something like that. I'll get rid of this extras. So that'll go there. It's quite hard to wire this tree because the leaves are really brittle. Everything is kind of brittle. It just falls off when if I make a mistake and kind of push on the branches. So that is okay. I'm trying to decide if I need to push these down a bit. Maybe go over that side a bit. So here, this is the front. I'm trying to do something like that. Actually, I don't think I'll do that. I'm going to I'm just going to prune this tip off a little bit because I think it's, right now this is like a 90-degree up angle, and I think it's a bit too high, so I'll reduce that a bit. There is the second leaf is facing outside, so I'll try to cut it before that. And come on. And hopefully that leaf is going to give me a new branch going towards the outside. This one that's kind of going down, I don't want that. Now these two guys are quite close. I don't think they're supposed to be that close. I need to look at this from the front. Oops. Yeah, so I want to bring this over towards this side a bit more. But I do think this is a little bit long as well. I think I'm going to cut let's see. Okay, so there's a leaves or a branch coming out this way. So I'm going to cut this top off, this tip that's going up, and hopefully this more horizontal one will develop. So let's do that. So this here, that's what I want. I want this little tip there. Now I read that the Fukien tea is supposed to take prunings quite well, and it's supposed to develop more branching, more tight branching. So we'll put that to the test. I still kind of want to bring this away from this branch over here. So I'll get more of my wires, and hopefully I can do that. Now ideally I could wire two branches with this one wire. Maybe I will. Maybe it might not be long enough, but we'll see. So I think the important thing is to anchor the wire well. And I'll wire this branch here with the same wire. Actually, let me go around. I'll come around this side. Which gets to this branch. Yeah, it's really tough to not damage other foliage when wiring this particular tree, at least. Everything that I touch, it just falls. So that, trying to move it to this side a bit so that it's separated from the other branch. So you can, this is no longer that close. Somewhere around there, some separation. And this here, I still have to wind the wires. Don't have a handle. This tree has quite tight foliage, which makes it even harder. Oh, I just snapped that leaf. Okay, let me get rid of this stub here. So this branch here, I find it a little bit long, and you know, from here I kind of have this. This is my outgoing branch. This kind of curls forward. Yeah, I'm going to shorten this branch. I think it's, I'm going to go till here. There's a, yeah, I like that smaller, much better. Actually, I'm going to reduce even more to the first stub there, which has a couple of leaves on it. This here I'm going to leave it for now, but I'm going to kind of take the top off so that it's got leaf on over here, kind of going downwards, which is more horizontal. I'm going to take this tip that's going up off, so it grows more horizontally. So yeah, this is my first try at this kind of bigger structure. I usually try to keep the tree small, but this one I think, you know, eventually I have to create bigger trees or just more different trees, and not all the trees are the same kind of style. So we'll try this this big curve and try to make something out of it. Hopefully something good to come out of it. But again, this is my first time trying this, so hopefully it'll turn out well. And if you have suggestions on how I can make this better in the current state, I would love to hear it. You know, or you can criticize me for something that I should have done that I didn't, or anything like that. I'll leave that branch for now. It's kind of, that's okay. So yeah, I think it looks okay for now. I just hope that you can get a fuller canopy up top, and then the two wings or the two sides here I could make it bigger. The back I'm quite happy with right now. It's more full than the other two sides. So yeah, next year we'll see. I mean, we'll see how this responds. It's supposedly it doesn't need too much light, and you know, we'll see how we respond to the pruning in the winter inside. And if everything goes well, I will try to repot this in the spring into bonsai soil, and we'll see if any more pruning is needed at that time. Yeah, but yeah, this tree it's cool. The leaves are very shiny. They're shiny leaves. They're very they're like holly leaves. They're kind of hard when you touch them, and they're shiny. I also noticed there's some white dots on the leaves. I know they're not insects or anything like that. It just looks natural to the leaf. They're like little bumps. So yeah, again, this is the miniature Fukien tea, originally from the Fujian province. So okay, so that's it for this tree. I'm going to show you the Brazilian mint tree that I got. So I put the Fukien Tea back on the bench, or not the bench, the table. So as you can see, this here, this is our front. Oh, it's hard to tell without the background stuff. But anyway, that's gonna stay there. I put it here, hopefully I can get more humidity with the rest of the trees around it. Supposedly it needs some humidity, and I might even fill the tree with some water, get some gravel so that it can have its own kind of a humidity zone. The Brazilian rain tree that I got is here, this little thing. It's not big, I'll take it out. See, it's not that big, it's quite thin actually. But what I'm told is that this tree can double its size every summer. So even though it's quite small now, maybe by after next summer, it'll be much bigger. It does have decent branching, as you can see. And so, I don't know, right now I'm not gonna prune it, I'm gonna let it grow. And we'll see how it adapts to the indoor lighting that I have. If everything goes well, I might prune it later on. Maybe even put a few wires. The tree is more of a upright growing kind of a behavior, but what I like about it is that the branches are like zigzagged, all of them, at least a little bit. See right there, the pattern, that's just natural. So that kind of gives the branches movement by itself, but I kind of want to make some of the lower branches a bit more horizontal. Or maybe I can make this a broom style tree. That might be best for the tree because that's how it grows. But that's decisions for later on. I'm just gonna leave it in the fish tank and see how it goes. Yeah, this area is quite crowded because this tree is it's quite large in a way. It's got leaves everywhere, so it's kind of hard to put it in here. So it's right beside its cousin, which is the shame plant. They all got kind of the same type of leaves. These guys, they do close up. Yeah, they do close up as well at night, but not on touch. This, that's on touch. So yeah, that's the rain tree. I also got a juniper, a tiny juniper, but that's in the garage right now, overwintering, so I'm not going to show that. And I have similar juniper at home already. I just want to try something else with the new one. Anyways, so that's it for today, guys. I hope the Fukien Tea turns out well, and thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.